and welcome to Shop Live with Mimi and Russ. We're having technical difficulties because Gabrielle's about to sneeze as she's cutting on the camera. So go ahead, get it. Go ahead, got it.
It's just not going to come out. Okay, go ahead.
Anyway, joining us tonight is Louis. He's giving me kisses here.
Louis, he's been so sweet today.
He's been clingy, so he wanted to come on the camera and say hello to everybody. Those that come with us and shop with us regularly get to see Louis and know Louis. He's a wonderful little Maltese, and we love him very much. Good little dog.
We're going into his season now. He loves women's feet, so we're going into sandal season.
He likes everyone's feet.
He's strange. So he's just a good boy. We love him very much. Tonight we're going to have some fun. We're going to talk about some things that I like. Because Mimi and Gabrielle said, since it's your birthday, why don't you be the star tonight and pick out some things that are some of your favorite pieces.
And speaking of that, by the way, happy birthday last
week.
Friday was Russ's birthday and our 43rd wedding anniversary.
You remember this time because you said it so much.
I've been practicing. I have been practicing. Our 43rd anniversary was also last week, and Mother's Day was a busy week for us. So we went out of town, went down to the coast so he can break the boat in for the season. Yeah. So anyway, we're still celebrating this guy.
There you go.
So we are happy if you are watching us on Facebook. I see our friend Bonnie's on. I'm happy to see that you are watching us tonight. And if you're watching on YouTube, thank you for joining us. We can't see on the dashboard who's watching, but thank you. If you have any questions tonight, feel free to type them in the comments. We're monitoring the show while we're talking, and we'll be happy to answer any questions for you.
What we're doing tonight really is they wanted me to kind of go through the inventory here and pull some things out that I thought were kind of cool and kind of special. You know, sometimes we do themes, sometimes we do emeralds, or we might do rubies, we do a certain style or series of jewelry. But tonight I just kind of want to talk about several different aspects of what we do here at Brummett Jewelry Design Studio. We do a lot of custom pieces. We also do some estate pieces, and we do a lot of curated silver from Taxco, Mexico that we really enjoy. If you watch our show, we promote that heavily. There's some fantastic handmade pieces. I'm going to have a couple tonight that are my favorite pieces. But what we want to really talk to you about is what we do. We're a custom design jewelry studio. We work by appointment only. We work privately with you, so it's our time. It's one-on-one. It's much more intimate, and it's much more relaxing.
And fun.
We have a good wine cellar and bar as well. So,
bartender.
So, you know, we can, if you want to come in early in the day, that's fine. If we'll come in late in the day, that's even better. But anyway, so tonight I'm going to show you a few of my favorite things. And I do invite you to please go to our website, Brummett Jewelry Design Studio. No, I'm sorry.
Brummett Jewelry Studio.
BrummettStudio.com.
We dropped one word out.
That's right, we got one word. Because it's long enough as it is. But go to BrummettJewelryStudio.com, and you can see a lot of our pieces that we have online that are readily available for sale, but also some pieces maybe that we've made in the past, and maybe it'll inspire you to want to have something custom made. But we can't put all the pictures online that we have created. I have done this here in Raleigh for close to 40 years. So therefore, there are thousands of pieces, and I do have lots and lots of pictures of those pieces. So if you want to come in and have a glass of wine or a cocktail and sit and look through some of our portfolio of old pictures from even far back as the 80s.
Polaroids.
We've got everything.
Pictures, we got 40 years worth of stuff. So,
but it's fun. It's fun to go back and I did that recently. I got a couple of old books out and looked at some pieces, and they actually inspired me to kind of do some things that I haven't done in a while, because I'm not trying to create things that are trendy. I'm not trying to copy whatever's out there in the jewelry industry. I'm trying to create pieces of art, pieces of jewelry that are fun, that are personable, that are yours, that are special. You may have an idea that I can create for you, or you and I may sit down together and create something that's never been done. That's why I have fun. I have several customers who come in, and we'll just sit down and get the colored stone box out, start playing, and we'll build pieces. And here's a good example of that. Here are a group of stones, and I'll let Mimi put these in the light box to show you, but I'm in the process of building a bracelet and a necklace.
A crack in the lid. So
it's kind of weird. But anyway, We sat down literally for hours with this customer, and she comes in, loves to play, and we picked out these stones. If you notice, they're all a nice soft tone of the color of each stone. We've got beautiful purple tanzanites, we've got pink sapphires, we've got some kind of mint green tourmalines, and those colors all work beautifully together. So basically what I'm doing is let's see which one is it. The one closest to Mimi's thumb on the bottom there, that was going to be a bracelet, and the top piece
perfect.
actually is going to be a necklace. It's going to hang long, and the bracelet's going to go across the wrist, and it's going to be form fitted to fit the wrist and not move. So, it's fun to kind of, again, this is a personal situation with this customer. She picked out the stones that meant something to her, and this is going to be hers. It can never be reproduced. I cannot duplicate it again because I can't find these stones like that again. So there you go.
Well, there's one thing too, like I know you were an art major and I'm learning how to watercolor, and you look at the color wheel and you look at complementary colors, but it doesn't always work with gemstones because some, I'll just say commonly, that they shine different, or there's just sometimes you match up and like that is the perfect match for that, and you just have to, it's trial and error.
And that's a combination right there. That's perfect. It really is perfect together, and I can't wait to finish these
I
pieces.
mean, y'all probably spent an hour and a half,
at least.
went
At
through
least.
a lot of stones.
So that's fun
That's
with
gonna
color.
be pretty. I love the mint green. It's not a color that you see a whole lot.
No, it's not.
But it's lovely. It's
So
so
anyway.
I think it's so feminine.
That's to come. That's going to be done in white gold, which is going to keep that color as it is. And sometimes you can put, gemstones and different color metal like yellow metal or rose gold. It's going to change the tone slightly. We want to keep this pure, clean, and that soft, cool colors that each of these are.
The stones are the star in that. You don't need
exactly.
a whole lot of frou-frou. So.
Don't change it. Yep.
Okay.
So then, going back to the same thing with color again, here's some beautiful earrings that we have done that are tone on tone. This is something too that Mimi likes a lot.
And Gabrielle.
And
If you
Gabrielle.
know us, you know that these are a favorite of ours.
Yeah, we
Why
like to
did you
use
pick those?
similar to- I like them because they're a statement piece, because they're big and they're bold. But the color itself, if you notice, just kind of think about it on Mimi's face, it's kind of neutral. It's somewhat flesh tone. It's
Yeah, I
got a
have really
softer
rosy
color.
complexion, so
Yeah. So if you got a lighter tone complexion, even someone I think someone with a black complexion also is going to wear this earring very, very well, because it's a neutral tone. It's kind of an earthy tone that's really beautiful.
it's like a new neutral. The new
But these
neutral.
tell them about the stones.
Okay. The bottom are beautiful morganites. We actually found these at a bind show. Gabrielle and I were like, must have, put in
We
cart.
walked to the case, they pointed at them and goes, we got to have those.
I mean, just, I love a pear shape, and these are just, we don't always see big match pairs.
And they're great for earrings. Pear shapes are fantastic on earrings.
The top stones are Malaya garnets, and really favorite. They come in all kind of tones of kind of peachy pinks. They're mostly mined in Madagascar. So Russ made this custom earring, and if you've heard me before, I love a tone on tone, especially in blues, but I do love it in pink. These are made in rose gold, and you can look these up on our website. These are $6,500 roughly.
Quite a statement piece. The again, very large pear shapes, very hard to find these kind of stones to have a cut or match them as beautifully as these are. That's also a work of art when you can cut a gemstone perfectly match like these.
Does that
They're
focus
fantastic.
on Gabrielle?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, beautiful. So
So
we have quite a few other earrings like this, and we also have a lot, as I mentioned earlier, a lot of loose colored gemstones. You can come in and we can sit down and play. You can pick out your own tone on tone, or maybe you want to do some complementary colors like the other one.
your friend Phyllis Cawthorn is watching.
Hi there, Phyllis.
A
Hope you're
blast
doing
from the
well.
past.
Hope you're doing well.
And we have Lauren Baker and Rhonda and Jay and Jill Schaefer have come on. So thanks. And again, if you're watching on YouTube, we appreciate you watching. So
We really do.
celebrating Russ this week.
So we're picking out some things that I like. So we've been talking about
Well, wait.
different.
You're
What?
picking your favorites though.
Yeah,
You
kind
didn't
of.
mention me.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you a gemstone? Are you a diamond?
Absolutely.
I guess so.
Precious.
Okay. She's
You were
about-
going to mention me at the end, weren't you?
That's right. I forgot. Yeah. I forgot to tell you
I
that.
ruined it. Okay.
All right. So, speaking of tone on tone, want to show you a couple things. Oh, speaking of you,
Speaking of
here's
me,
a beautiful ring that I made you.
yes,
This is one of my Capellini series, I call it, which is like spaghetti. It's like different kinds of strands of spaghetti that form a ring. We came up with this idea where you can use different gemstones or different diamonds that don't match because it's freeform, it's playful, it's something unique and different. Mimi likes colored diamonds, so we kind of did a mix here of some yellow and light yellows and champagne color and white diamonds mixed. I did this also in 18 karat yellow gold and white gold just to keep that contrast and keep that playfulness and keep it more of a unique piece. So
I know it's about you, but I wanted just neutral tones that I can put on. I really would actually like another one with some color in it, some pinks.
Have you noticed the last few shows, Gabrielle? She keeps throwing his hints. I would like to have one of those.
I'm the shoemaker's child, but why? So why is Capellini though? You picked the Capellini. Why is that one of your favorite designs?
I love doing these because each one is different. I cannot reproduce them. Each one has their own feel to it. Each one has their own style because the customer tells me what they want it to kind of feel like, how large they want it, how many stones they want, and then I kind of go in and play around and build it. And I mean, I've literally made, I can't tell you how many, maybe 100 plus of these rings in many, many years.
I've honestly heard you say, the client will say, well, what's it going to look like? And you're just laughing. I don't know yet.
I have no idea.
Because you haven't invented the wheel. So.
And I have only changed 2 of them slightly out of every one I've ever made. So evidently it works. Now, I've got it figured out, I guess. But
it's a great
these are fun.
design series.
Yeah.
We used to advertise these in Midtown Magazine, and people would walk in with the magazine and go, I want one of these. It's a great ring.
And then I have to explain to them, it won't look like that one, but I'll make your own. So it's been fun. It's a great series.
All right. What else did you pick on the Russ's favorites?
Staying on the colored diamond part, here's a piece I literally finished about 5 minutes ago. That's why my hands are
It's been back there working.
dirty and nasty. But this is multicolored diamonds, natural diamonds, pear shapes and marquise. These tend to be from yellow to light yellow to what I call cognac colors.
It's so warm. The tones are beautiful.
So this is going to be a pendant that can be either worn diagonally long,
I like it that way.
or it can be chain coming off of each side of it to hang. So again, I can design it. I can build this so you can actually slide your chain through it and wear it either direction, which makes it even more fun because it gives you 2 pendants in one, so you can kind of change it around.
So what do you guys think? Would you like it long as a pendant hanging from a chain?
Going north and south or east and west, I should say it that way.
Or in this direction with the chain coming off here? Y'all tell us in your comments. You actually did a piece similar to this not long ago, and I tried to put my vote in to get you to do it north to south, but you did it different. But I love these groupings of diamonds. They're all natural diamonds. There's even a little pink when you look at it from this direction. Almost you get a little.
Literally, I can get these just about every color of the rainbow. I kind of wanted. I actually built this one for somebody in mind because they had some earrings I did many years ago. Again, which I said earlier, I go looking sometimes and I get inspired by pieces that I've previously done. And I saw those earrings and I thought, you know what? I'm going to make a pendant that could tie into that. So we'll see what happens. But it is for sale.
Okay, Sue votes for east to west. She likes it that way.
Okay.
You other guys watching, tell us what you think if you like it.
But like I said, I can make this so I can slide a chain through any direction, which is what we might have to do with this piece.
I think I think that would be a really clever and a nice versatile aspect for the client to have. So
I do too. Really would.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Now, here's a piece we made a few years ago, actually, for someone, and she has decided that she's kind of divesting herself of some of her pieces because she's got a lot and she has no.
She's just at that season in her life.
Yeah, she has no daughter or granddaughter to give it to. So anyway, I'm helping her sell some pieces. This is one we built for her many years ago because, like all ladies, they love black and white. They like black pieces,
and she
dark
liked
pieces.
Ensembles. She had, I think she has some earrings and a necklace, and she's like, I just want a big black necklace. So Russ made this. It looks rather simple, but it was actually quite a feat of engineering. This is black onyx, which we bought, and honestly, it's not an expensive stone. but Russ had to come up with the engineering to do these links, and
Each of those links, because the stones vary slightly, each of those links had to be kind of tailored for each stone, but they're actually in two pieces. I had to weld them together with my laser and actually slide them together. They're not really set like traditional hammering. We designed it so they slide together and we lasered it in place.
Yeah.
But
Onyx
it's a
is
great
brittle.
piece. It's a serious piece too.
It looks like a kind of not great big bangle. It's kind of hard to get in the light bars.
It reminds me of stuff, we used to go to Bergdorf Goodman in New York all the time, and all those big stores, they would have big bold pieces like that. And they would have a bunch of diamonds with them, but she wanted this one simple. She wanted this one simple.
I would say, what would Connie say? Add some diamonds to it.
But it's just a fun, big, bold, it's, it's in 14 karat gold, so it's a serious piece of jewelry.
So you probably made that, actually in the last 10 years.
I made it about 5 years ago, yep.
So do we have a current price on what this will be?
I don't. We just got this piece back, and I'm still working on that. If you're interested, let me know. I can work it out. But it's a great value because it is a pre-owned piece. It was bought when gold was lower, so you're going to get a better value on it because of that as well. But it's a neat piece. Nice piece of jewelry.
So I was going to show you where she took it off. It's got we had to make sure that the catch was easy for her to put on herself, so sometimes the simplest looking things are not the easiest things to make.
No, they're not.
Especially when you've got to repeat.
Exactly. Yeah, just looking at that piece, and I just saw this big chain you pulled out with me today. We were talking about this piece. I do love this piece. This, I mean, just look, it's like silky, perfect.
Feels yummy.
It's just a beautiful piece. This is a solid gold necklace. There's two very, very heavy. This kind of an oval. They call these snake chains. The way they feel.
It feels really good.
It does. It's a very heavy necklace in weight. Not on the neck. It feels good and comfortable on the neck, but it's a well-made, solid piece. And at today's gold price, this would be nuts to buy new. And we do have this in part of our estate collection. Realistically, to buy a piece like this today, again, this is something you would see, as I mentioned earlier, in a Bergdorf Goodman or Tiffany or somewhere like that. It's that quality of jewelry. This piece, we priced this, I think, when gold was somewhere in the 2,200 range or 2,400 range, based off what manufacturers and what we could find on the internet of similar pieces. And it was somewhere in the $24,000 to $25,000 price range. Now, we've got a price on this piece at $14,000. Serious piece of jewelry.
Let's see what it weighs.
But it's timeless, it's classic, it's never going to go out of fashion, and it's something that you can easily wear.
Wait, I got it. I'm gonna
Oh,
weigh
the
it.
weight? Okay. You can also, actually, we can clip pieces of colored stone jewelry, or diamond jewelry from the bottom of it as well. There's a lot can be done. It's a very versatile piece. But it's one of those pieces when you handle it and you feel it, it just has such a supple feel to it, and it's going to be very, very comfortable to wear.
It's still thinking it's about 80 grams.
So when there's 31.3 grams in an ounce, it's 3.5 ounces of gold in this
But
piece.
it's so classic. I just love it. I mean, it's something you always want to wear and always enjoy wearing it because it's comfortable.
Beautiful layer. Look, so if you want a beautiful yellow gold, serious, classic estate piece necklace, we've got one here at great value. Fantastic piece of jewelry. All right, now,
if you have jewelry like this and you haven't had it appraised in a while,
if it's gold, if it's a heavy gold piece, it's gone up quite a bit.
I mean, I'll just look at gold charm bracelets and I'm like, oh my goodness, compared to where diamonds are.
Yeah. It's just, gold now today was like over $3,200 an ounce. And, a lot of these pieces were made in the $1,800 range to $2,000 range just a few years ago. But when you opened our studio in 2016, gold was around $1,600, $1,700. So it's almost doubled
And
in the last 8 years.
when we first started in business in the 80s, it was $350 to $380 an ounce.
Yeah.
I remember it went up to 400. We were like, oh no.
When it hit 900, we all went nuts. But
And
But
we're still.
it is what it is. There you go. All right, now let's do something a little less serious. Let's do something a little more playful.
Okay.
Going back to design, here's a great silver bracelet. This is a unique piece because Each one of those little dots literally is hand stamped. The designer, the silversmith, has a little plate that has these different size stamps, and he has to literally hammer each one of those, and he graduates this, and each one of those is soldered in place. So there's a lot of labor involved in this. Plus, he's got a flat sheet of silver that he's carved out, bent it into shape, and they match exactly. Then he has to put a rim on it also.
Yeah, so
And
it's
they
all
both match
smooth in the
perfectly.
back.
So this
And
is
hinged.
all handmade, and he makes the hinge. He has a tempered wire, and he makes the hinge. But just a fun, bold statement that's a lot of labor at a very good value.
You don't want anybody to order this, do you?
I would never make something like that because the time involved. I mean,
Yeah.
these silversmiths are so talented because silver's difficult to work with. It's difficult to polish. But they do this because they're used to it and they can do it quickly. But how much is that piece?
$675.
$675. If I had to make this using the tools that I have and the same tools they have, that probably takes about 3 days to make it. I mean, realistically, to do it and do it right. So, I mean, think about it. For $600,
I mean, when I price mass-produced designer lines, I'm like,
yeah, that's handmade, one of a kind piece. There you go.
yeah.
Going to this piece again in handmade sterling, this is another beautiful amethyst piece that's, again, a simple little design. It almost has kind of a Western feel, but it doesn't.
Yeah,
At the same time, it's a little softer look. And with that,
I have to be able to read the numbers.
you want
I
glasses?
can't tell the 6s or the 8s. What is that, Gabrielle? Or tag printer, I can't ever tell the 6.
6, I believe.
6, I think it is too. Yeah, this is nice. Each link is a different shape, and it does have a bit of a Western feel. Most of the silver that we have is more modern.
If that had turquoise, it had more of that Western, real Western feel to it, I guess. But nice piece. And here's another silver ring that goes, these are all amethyst. Another silver ring that would go with that. So, put that in there with them together.
No, this is a garnet, but I can see why you called it an
Well, excuse me, I'm sorry.
Because when we got it, I was like, is that purple or red?
Well, they go together to me very nicely,
They
these
do.
two pieces.
Yeah. So you can see the very thoughtful. You've got all the stones are different, so each link was made separately. And then you've got, this is definitely a modern styled ring.
But they look great together to me. That you got a little texture on the bracelet, but you don't on the ring, but they would go together very well.
And honestly, this ring could be worn by a man or woman. It's definitely unisex in style. So the ring is $220. That's very different from any of the rings that we've had. I got an email from the curator, by the way, and she's getting ready to go back. So I'm kind of curious to see what she finds in Mexico.
Hopefully some good stuff.
Different 6 months ago, right? We got some people coming in. Thanks for joining us. We're celebrating Russ this week. He just had a birthday, and so we asked him to just pull some of his favorite things. And if you have any questions, if you just joined us, please put them in the comments, and our producer will answer them for you.
You know how hard it is when you ask me to go pick a few of my favorite things.
Yes.
I could pick about 1,000. I could pick a lot of items and have a lot of fun, but we don't have but a short period of time. So let's change gears a little bit. Let's switch to. I'm gonna just show you a few color stones. If you watch us and you know me, I love gemstones. I love beautiful colored gemstones, and I've got a really nice collection. I'm gonna show you a couple of fun things real quick tonight that we have. This one, I'll let Mimi tell you about it. I found the stone from one of our favorite gem dealers. This is a very rare zircon. This zircon is kind of a raspberry, kind of
It's juicy
it's
and
kind,
delicious.
it's kind of hard to describe the color,
I want to take this lid off.
but it's extremely well cut. It's a specialized cut to kind of enhance the stone. A lot of zircons are cut heavy, really kind of solidify the colors, and this one's really cut very unique. And I'm kind of not sure what I'm gonna do with it design wise. I kind of think it would make a really cool rings, something tall, something architectural, something kind of funky. So, but the stone anyway is one of the rarest zircons we've ever had. It's really incredible. I love this stone. So
Yeah, zircon is natural, so It's just a lovely piece. 8.58 carats.
Yep. It's crazy beautiful. That, if you accented that with some really nice diamonds on the side, or maybe even a little halo with some big diamonds on the side, but it'd be a very cool stone
It's the
because
star
it'll make
itself.
it pop.
Yeah, so this stone is available for $6,450.
And you go, wow, that's crazy. Yeah, it is. That's not for everyone. That's a collector stone, someone who appreciates rarity, appreciates beauty, and
He
wants a statement piece.
Flipped when he saw that stone.
I
He was
did.
like, I must have it. So
Now, let's have some fun with something on the opposite end of the spectrum.
where'd the camera go? Oh, there it is. Okay.
This one is a beautiful, tell them what it is. A
Okay.
beautiful
It's a kunzite,
kunzite.
square cut. It is 3.41 carats. This has just,
The color is nuts on that
it
stone.
actually matches my shirt tonight.
It looks like, well, actually, it rivals any sapphire I've seen that has that kind of color. It's kind of a pink color, or I like to call it kind of an orchid color. You know those beautiful orchids you see, the kind of that pinkish purple that really has kind of that feel to it. But that's an incredible gemstone. It's rare. Kunzites, you don't see a lot of them. Most stores don't carry them, don't even know what they are.
I mean, really, that could be a sapphire. It could be a Malaya garnet. But it is a very, very rare color.
But
kunzite.
tell them the weight and tell them the price.
Okay, all right, it's 3.41 carats. This stone, is that right?
Yes, that's right.
Wow, $595.
So we went from over $6,000 to $500. So my point here was to show you we've got some of the rarest, most exotic gemstones.
Gorgeous.
They can be very expensive or they can be very moderately priced.
Goes
Depends
with
on
the
where you are, what you like, what you want. That stone's incredible for the money. That's hard to beat.
It's beautiful.
I've got several really nice kunzites. I've got another very large. This square stone is called an Asher cut, and I've got another large one. It's not quite as bright a color as this one, but it's also pretty incredible and a nice cushion that size.
Did the stone cutter do that one?
Yep.
It's very nice.
We also have a rare
Disco ball.
disco ball. Yeah, this is an opal that is a Wella opal. It's from Africa. Their stones tend to be more translucent than the Australian stones. They tend to have, as Mimi said, like a disco ball. You know, when you're in the disco back in the day, and they had the silver light up top of the disco ball, and it would reflect and shoot lights. You can see the light beam coming off. These stones seem to have a light beam going from the bottom of the stone through the top of the stone. They're very unusual. The Australian stones don't do that, but these do. This is the finest one that I think I've ever seen and ever had. We were contemplating doing a beautiful pendant with this, or possibly a bracelet, and using other colored gemstones that are present inside of that stone to bring those colors out to create something really unique and special. Because when you put color with opals like this, it is a magnificent piece.
Yeah.
Look out! I don't know if it's showing up on the video, but you need to see the stone in person.
It's not doing it justice.
It's incredible. It's nuts.
It's like a watercolors disco ball.
It literally is. This stone is beautiful. It's a 12.72 carat. It's from Ethiopia. The stone is $5,400. It's incredible.
I always get excited when I know where things are from. Grew up in a family where you had to know where things from. But it is with gemstones. I mean, it's nice to know that, where they were mined, and we don't always have that information.
Yep. So we talked about loving to make some funky pieces, some playful pieces, some real artistic pieces. We talked about a little bit of a state. We talked about a little sterling. So as you can see, I kind of wanted to pick a lot of things that mean something to me and kind of what I feel about jewelry. So now I'm going to stop and back up and go with two last pieces to show you that are more of a classic look. I love the classic designs, things that have an Art Deco feel to them, or things that are classic in the sense that they seem timeless. You've seen them for many, many years. There are variations of them.
And these will be timeless, not only for your generation, but for the next generation.
For the next, yes.
They're heirloom type pieces.
So I'm going to go with two items. I'll let Mimi tell you about the weights on them. But years ago, I found this incredibly beautiful Asher cut, which is a square cut stone. Joseph Asher invented that in the Art Deco period of that style of cutting. This is a beautiful blue sapphire in a classic Asher cut. And we put 3 sets of trapezoids going down each side. This is a platinum mounting. It has 2 surprise diamonds on the north and south end of the ring itself, on the head, on the bottom, just so it has a little something going on, because people see your hands in different positions, and on this little twinkle pop when you move your hand around on the outside. But again, this is a classic design that's been around for decades, but I kind of gave a little twist with the bottom stones and just wanted to do something different. We did the Euro shank, so didn't want to flop on the hand as much.
And the claw prongs.
Yep.
I love that style.
So again, here's a piece that you're going to wear for as long as you're alive and enjoy, and you can hand it down to someone in your family, a daughter or a granddaughter, and she's going to be able to wear it for her lifetime and enjoy it, because this ring is built well, and it's like Amelia said, it has the claw prongs in the center, and the diamonds on the side are all channel set, which also is going to wear extremely comfortable. You're not going to feel this ring on your finger.
So the sapphire weighs 1.63 carats. There are 60 points in diamonds. Those diamonds were cut all at one time to do that 3-piece step down matched on both sides.
It took me a long time to find the right size diamonds for that stone. I can't just pick up the phone and go, hey, do you have this? I literally spent several months putting these diamonds together to do this.
And a year from now, that sapphire is going to be more valuable.
It's already gone up, and we don't mark our pieces up. That piece right there right now would cost a lot more than what we have on it.
So that's nice. You could throw some diamond bands on there, I suppose, if you wanted to.
A lot of people now going towards colored stones as engagement rings as opposed to diamonds.
Gosh, we're
a
kind of
lot
like in
gemstones.
green phase right now. Green garnets, emeralds,
Sapphires.
green
Green
sapphires.
sapphires.
Yeah.
Yep. So they're fantastic stones. Here's another one. I just literally finished this not long ago. This is a beautiful tanzanite ring with a classic halo. A lot of people call it the Princess Di look because she made it famous. But what I did with this, I did something a little different. I didn't do the same size diamonds all the way around it. On the north, south, east, and west points, I have a little bit larger stone, and it slowly graduate off. So you got this really fun, shape, but it's a little bit different. It's not quite the same. I think it's just a little more interesting to look at. And I did a multi-section shank on the side as opposed to a little thin shank, because it's a bowl stone. It's a big stone. These stones tend to be top heavy. So I like to do a little bit wider shank to kind of emphasize, the structure of the piece. It has some negative space. In the back of it, it has the Euro shank again that has the corners, but it's also a little heavier. It counterweights that top heaviness of a big stone like that. So it's going to wear much more comfortably.
Gorgeous.
Shared prong, so you don't have a lot of metal there. So when you look at it, I want you to see stones. I don't want you to see a lot of metal. But when you look at the ring itself, I want the ring to have some kind of design to it that's interesting, as opposed to just one little thin rod coming down. To me, that's kind of boring.
Yeah. Shared prong means that between each of the stones, there's a prong that each stone on either side is set with. In the past, they would have done prong beside prong, and it spaces the stones out farther, and it looks clunkier. It looks more heavy with the metal. So this way you just get the diamonds. But this is gorgeous.
That tanzanite's fantastic.
It's
stunning. Really, really the perfect color tanzanite.
I could show any man that comes in here to buy something a tanzanite, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, that's stunning." They are not scared of that color.
No, they're one of the best values for a dark, rich blue gemstone, a purpley blue gemstone you can get. They tend to, what's that? They're pleochroic.
Yeah, they're pleochroic. So
which means tell about that.
When the rough grows, go back to that camera again. It grows, and there's an axis in the stone. So if you take a little tool called a dichroscope, it'll separate out the blue and the purple, and that just gemologically, it's how I know it's natural.
Mm-hmm.
So.
They do have a kind of two-tone to them sometimes. The right color, you're going to see a little bit of a magenta color undertone to these stones that reflects it. I love them. One of my favorite gemstones.
Mine too.
I've got several really nice loose ones as well.
I had my ring on earlier. I took it off.
I do have one last piece I want to show because I love these opal earrings. We did these in 18 karat gold, but they've been here, to be honest with you, for a little bit. I don't know why, but I'm thinking about redesigning these. I'm thinking about taking these and making a bracelet out of it.
Yeah.
Actually keeping them as they are, but doing a 2-section bypass bracelet, meaning that the stones will be going in opposite directions on the wrist, and I'm going to make a frame, a bracelet, probably a double frame or something to come off of that, or some kind of flowing
I think that would
motion
be awesome.
to make a bracelet with
Yeah,
these.
like that.
So give me your thoughts. Do you think that'd make a cool bracelet?
But the profile of earrings have changed in the last few years. We're doing more dangles, more.
Okay, leave that right there. The idea would be, well, you have these little diamond sprays right here. I'd put a diamond spray across the middle of this that will
As
go
a
into,
connector.
as a connector, that would go into a gold piece, so each side, and that would all tie in together. So it would have a lot of, like these earrings do, it has a nice negative open space. So I would design a bracelet around that to have that same feel. So again,
Add
we
more diamonds.
repurpose our pieces sometimes, so
Add more
we can
diamonds.
help you repurpose yours.
I was laughing the other day, remembering about, big earrings that were like up here on our ears in the 80s. And we used to have people that would literally like pick up a telephone and see how comfortable. You remember
Yeah, I
that?
did. Yeah, we did.
And I
Then
think
you started doing that at gym shows, and the dealers thought you were nuts. They started laughing. Then they all went, "Okay, that makes
I
sense."
forgot about that. Well, men are, I don't mean this ugly, but most men in the jewelry business are not the best earring designers. I have made a comment to probably a dozen men in the jewelry business, like, oh my goodness, you can design an earring. You are great.
Yeah,
It's different to sketch things and throw things together, but just to make a wearable, comfortable earring there's a definite art to it.
it needs to make sense. We have a lot of ladies come in who have ear issues. Maybe the earrings don't hang right. Your earlobe's a little softer. It wasn't pierced in the right position. So we can take those things into account sometimes when we build something.
Oh, we ripped our holes in the 80s because we were wearing
Heavier
such
earring.
big earrings.
That's
so.
right. That's right. So anyway, that's some of my favorite things. If you joined us late and you missed some of my favorite things, you can go back and watch our show again on Facebook. And we do please ask you to like and share when you watch our show on Tuesday nights. Let your friends know, let your family know, those who appreciate jewelry, because we have a lot of fun things. And each week we try to give some information, some hopefully something you can learn from. But also we're going to show you a lot of beautiful jewelry that you're not going to see anywhere else. And if you have pieces that you don't wear anymore, that you think, well, maybe I can do something else with it, we can help you figure that out. So
We can help you. I just thought about it. We appreciate everybody watching because the Carolina Hurricanes game is
Starts in 20 minutes.
it starts
on
soon, so
tonight,
that's
so-
right, go Canes. There you go. So again, we thank you for joining us. If you saw anything tonight that you have any questions about, or you think you can't live without it, please contact us. You can call us or text us at this number, 919-900-8462, or you can catch us on our website. If you want to come visit us, we do work by appointment and appointment only, because we want to make sure it's your time so we can devote our time to you and help you and be personal with you. And we do free cleaning inspections of your jewelry. If you want to bring your pieces in, we'd be happy to clean them up, check and make sure everything's right. We do not charge for that. And if you have any ideas or dreams you've always had, let us help you make them come true.
we have fun. What we do, we're not high pressure. You can bring your dog. You can come in. You take your shoes off. You can hang out. We just have a lot of fun here. Just
do.
wanted to be comfortable, and every day's a different experience for us because every client has a different piece of jewelry that they're trying
exactly
to,
right.
or a different purpose of where they are in their life. So we love what we do. We thank you for joining us tonight. Join us again next Tuesday at 7, and it's Memorial Day, believe it or not. Monday, we'll be closed on Monday, but happy Memorial Day. Kind
That's
of
right.
closed.
We appreciate all those people who've served and those who gave their lives so we can sit here and do what we're doing tonight. Thank you to all our
Amen to that,
veterans.
yes.
Thank you for all those who are serving now. And we appreciate you, and we hope to
We
see you next
appreciate
week.
you.
Well, I appreciate that.
Russ Appreciation Night.
So appreciate everybody. So anyway, have a great night and a great week, and we hope to see each and every one of you soon. If we can help you in any way, please don't hesitate
Okay.
to call us.
Good night.
God bless you. Good night.